Hello, traders. Welcome again to another video. My name is Rocky Calvin, and welcome to Cashline Trading. If you like the content so far, hope you like and subscribe to the channel. And in this video, we're gonna be covering how to calculate risk. And in order to calculate risk correctly when trading, especially if you're an intraday trader or maybe trading with a prop firm, you must approach risk in a systematic and consistent way. And in order to be able to keep your accounts and not blow them. So in most scenarios, risk is not supposed to be above 1% per trade. But if you know what you're doing, you can go with 2% if you're experienced. But I wouldn't really advise any beginner to go start risking over 1% per trade. It's quite dangerous. So first thing, you need to define your risk per trade of the account. You need to define risk per account. So sorry, I mean per trade, not per account. Risk per trade, and just as I've said, 1% or less, especially with pro firms, sits well. And in most scenarios, assuming that you have a 10,000 USD account, let's say you have a 10,000 USD account, and you want to risk 1%. You want to risk 1%. That is the percentage. And in terms of dollar risk, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take the 10,000 times 0.01, which is going to give you 100. Account is 10,000 USD. Let me add here USD. Okay. And you're risking 1% per trade. Okay. So what you're going to do here is just take the 10,000 USD. That is the account size. That is 10,000 USD. Then we're going to multiply it by 0.01, and that is going to give us, that is actually going to give us 100. It's going to give us 100 USD, and that is exactly 1%. So 100 USD is what you're going to be having at risk per trade. And this is based on a 10,000 USD account. If you're trading 100,000 USD account, you do the same thing. You just take 100,000 times 0.01, you're gonna get $1,000 per trade. If you're trading 50,000 USD, you're gonna take the 50,000 times 0.01, then you're gonna get around 500 USD, and so on. So that is how you calculate risk. Per trade. And what literally this means is that you're willing to lose only 100 USD in that 10,000 USD. That is 1%. Okay. Now, you need to determine your stop loss, in pips, points, or maybe dollars. So your stop loss is supposed to be defined based on the market structure, not based on how much money you want to make or lose. It should be based on market structure. For example, right now here, I'm in some shots of Nasdaq. And what really happened, why I took this trade, actually, I don't like this price action. I just took the trade, but I really did not like the price action up here. It was kind of messy, but at the end of the day, if you're a trader who doesn't, isn't so much focused on like winning or losing, you just want to do things right. I ended up taking the trade. So I'm in some shots of Nasdaq here. As you can see, price really went close to hitting my stop loss, but it never really touched it. And what really happened here, liquidity was taken from this side. After that, price dropped down, creating this bearish 15-minute fair value gap. So this was my entry, and I was waiting for price to come in here. And the way this candle closed, I did not like it, but I waited for the second candle and saw that price was kind of reacting good to that zone, and ended up taking the trade. I actually also took it based on the fact that we're bearish. As you can see, we broke here, and this is actually, I did not see this, but if you take a look at this is actually people who trade. Is it retest? I don't know, something like that. Is this a retest? I can't really remember, but I told you all these things work. So I mean some shots here, and as you can see, guys, my risk or my stop loss is not based on how much money I want to make or how much money I want to lose. It's based on the market structure. For example, my entry is here, then I'm going to put my stop loss here. Now, from this point to this point, this is the stop loss area. Now, this stop loss area is not based on how much money I want to make or how much money I'm going to be losing. It is based on the market structure, meaning that in case this market moves against this specific level here, that means that I'm no longer interested in this trade. So it is, and based on this market structure is now I'm going to be calculating them in form of pips or points, then calculate just the way I taught you guys to, this calculation here to give me exact amount of lots or points I'm supposed to be using on this trade. Okay. Now, uh, let's assume uh, if you're trading, for example, Nasdaq, and the way I'm doing right now, and you decide to, risk, let's say to risk the 50. Let's assume this was 50 points, but this is around 95 points, right? Or 95 points, okay? Now, if we calculate how many lots or contracts or maybe shares that I'm going to be using on this trade based on my 50 point stop loss, assuming this is a 50-point stop loss, then the math is going to be simple here. We're going to take the position size. We're going to take the position size, which I'm going to, to abbreviate to PS, position size. Then we're going to be dividing it with the risk per trade. We're going to be dividing it divided by risk per trade. So after dividing it by the risk, sorry, stop loss. Sorry, we're supposed to be dividing it by stop loss size because we are trying to find, the amount of points, uh, like points per move in this market. Okay, just bear with me, guys. I know it's starting to feel complicated. Just be patient with me. Let's start it again. Remember, PS is a position size. Position size. So this is the math you're going to be doing here. So position size is going to be equal to risk per trade. We're going to be taking risk. Then this risk, we're going to be dividing by stop loss. Let me use SL. So position size, we're going to be taking risk per trade. Then you divide it by stop loss. So first of all, guys, you already knew that risk that we are risking here, for example, here in this example I gave of a 10,000 USD account is $100 based on by taking the 10,000 USD, that is the account size, and multiplying it by 0.01, which gave us 100 USD, right? So we already know that what are we willing to risk? We're willing to risk 100 US dollars. So 100 US dollars, that is the risk. Okay. So when we take, that is the risk, that is the $100 here. First, to get the position size, we're going to take the $100. Then we're going to be dividing it by the stop loss. So assuming that our stop loss here is 50 points, okay, we're going to be dividing that 100. Don't worry about me writing, division without using the sign for division and and multiplication is because I bought a new laptop, and unfortunately the keyboard is in some I think Spanish or something. So I've really not pay attention to that, and so it, instead of wasting so much time trying to, it's something I'm gonna be figuring out later. But let's work with whatever, like manually. So we're gonna take 100, which is the risk. Then we divide by 50 points. If it's complicated, let me repeat it again, guys. First of all, we are defining risk. For example, we want to risk 1%, okay? So risking 1% of a 10,000 USD account, risking 1% of a 10,000 USD account, we're going to take 10,000, which is the account size, we'll multiply by 0.01, okay? Which will give us $100. Now, $100 is the 1% of 10,000 USD account. So position size, we're going to take risk, which is the $100, then we divide by stop loss in terms of points, because Nasdaq is more about points. When you go to Forex and so on, that's going to be pips. Yeah. So that's going to be 100 divided by 50, because assuming that our points here, assuming that our stop loss here is 50 points, and account size is under at 10,000 USD account, meaning that the percentage, the 1% we are risking is 100. So it's gonna be 100 divided by 50 points, which is going to give us what? 2. The answer is gonna be 2. $2. Come on. The answer is gonna be 2. Unfortunately, that issue of not being able to use the signs of is equal to the those mathematical signs is kind of messy. I really don't like it, but we have to go with it. Hope you guys are understanding me and able to be with me. So we're gonna be having, or we're gonna be risking $2. So this is gonna be $2 per point to stay within the risk. Okay, so this is gonna be 2 USD per point. So meaning that anytime this market moves against my against my stop loss, it is moving with $2 per point, $2 per point. And given that I've risked 50 points in this zone, so I'm just going to take the 50 times 2 to give me $100. $100 in a 10,000 USD account is 1%. I know the mathematics in there, it's kind of complicated, but just bear with me, guys. I'm trying to, if you have to, repeat and repeat this video so that you be able to get exactly what's going on here. But maybe just do it. Just have to repeat the video over and over again. But if you have any other question, just make sure to leave the question in the comment section so that I can be able to see a way of helping you out. Now, adjusting for leverage and the broker specifications. So depending on what you're trading, it can be Forex, indices, crypto, and the rest. Just make sure that you're using the correct contract size, because this is where most people will now start feeling like, why is it that my risk is not correct? Because if your broker is using a different contract size and you are not putting the right contract size, for example, maybe this 0.01 here, then you are likely going to make a mistake somewhere. So ensure that you're using the correct contract size. And for you to know, for you to, spot the contract size is very simple. Just open your MT5. Once you open your MT5, go to quotes. Hope you guys are with me. Then click on details on the asset that you'd like to, know the contract size. So details, you'll find the digits, contract size, spread, floating, stop, like margin and everything. You'll find everything about the details about that specific pair or asset you're trading. Again, go to your MT5 or whatever you're using to trade. Go to quotes, click and hold. Okay, click and hold. You will see a details pop up. Click on the details. Then from the details, you'll be able to see now, based on that contract size, that is what you're going to be using when calculating risk. And also something that you also need to understand so that you don't make errors again is you need to understand your broker pips or point value. Okay. And also, just to be safe, especially if you're using your personal funds, just to ensure you're not violating the margin or maybe the leverage rules. Okay. So many trading platforms or apps do offer risk calculations to simplify this. So whatever I just explained here, this is how to do it manually, but there's another means of doing it easier using things like I think it is something my funding effects. Yes, they do have a risk position calculator. There's a couple of apps and websites that allow. So all you have to do is just to enter your account size. You're gonna be entering risk per trade based on whether you'd like it to be on dollar or into percentage. Then you're gonna put your stop loss, the amount of points or pips you're risking. Then your entry price, you're gonna be also putting it there. Then automatically it will tell you how many lots or contracts you're supposed to be using to enter that trade. That is the easiest part. If you don't want to go through this mathematics, just go to any risk, even just Google right now. Google Forex risk calculator, Google indices risk calculator, then choose whatever you want to choose. I have no affiliation with any of them, so choose whatever you want to choose, but ensure that the accuracy is on point. Then just put your account size. If it is a 10,000 USD, you'll see those details there. Just choose your asset first. If it is Nasdaq or maybe gold and so on. And remember, always when it comes to contract, ensure when you're using that platform or website, ensure that the contract part of it, you've clicked on it, ensure that it is matching exactly what contract size is on your MT5, so that you don't have separate risk values. So lastly, I'll be giving you guys the key risk management principles, like for example, you always have to know how much is at risk before even entering the trade. You must plan it earlier. You must know, okay, I'm entering here. This is gonna be the amount of points you've calculated, and you know the risk even before you enter the trade. And also, never increase your position to chase a trade. Trying to add more and more, because remember, we are trading in probabilities. We have to embrace uncertainty. I've talked about this in some previous video, how to embrace uncertainty in the markets, and that's how probability is. And accept losses even before they happen, and keep it mechanical, just emotion free. And that being said, guys, I think that will be it in this video. So in case you have any question, you can leave it in the comment below. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share, and see you in the next one. Cheers.